Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to do function exports in WebAssembly using call and cwrap. So let's get started. If you haven't watched my previous video of how to integrate WebAssembly with a JavaScript application, do watch it because I will be using that as a base. Even though I will be showing you all the steps, I think it's better you know the basics because I won't be going into the basics. I will just tell you the steps. So first I have opened my terminal and go to your workspace directory. I am already into a workspace directory. Then you just have to clone this repo. So this EM SDK or this ECMA scripting core, which will help us to convert our C++ code to JavaScript code, and then we can call it from our another JavaScript or HTML file. So firstly I'll just quickly clone this. Okay, I'll open one more terminal window. Because we need to create one more folder. So here you can see it has cloned it. Now I will just go to that particular clone repo, so cd emsdk. Then we have to run this particular command source./emsdk. like I have just copied it from the documentation. You can do the same thing. So this will take, so here it has generated all these steps for us. Then we have to do emsdk install latest. So I'll just run this particular command as well. Now this will take little bit of time because it is downloading some stuff of WebAssembly. So we'll just wait for it. In the meantime, inside my second terminal window, I will just create one more folder called hello world. Now this will contain our C++ as well as our JavaScript code or HTML code. So I'll just cd to that hello world folder. Okay, now we'll just wait for this to get completed. So here you can see these are all the steps. Then once that is done, once this downloading is complete, we just have to run this particular command inside our hello world directory. So I'm just waiting for this to get completed. So hopefully anytime now this should get completed. Okay, so this is done. Then I'll go to this window. I'll just run this particular command. Okay, it is saying emsdk not found. Okay, what I'll do is that I'll just do cd dot. Then I will, inside this particular window itself, I will go to hello world. Maybe it is not able to recognize. So here you can see it was able to recognize our emsdk. In a separate window it was not, so don't do that same mistake. Now here it will tell us what we have to run. So I'll just copy this command and I'll run it over here. Okay, now I'll just quickly close this terminal window so that it can update our Z shell, those kind of stuff. Even I'm not really sure, but just reload your terminal window. So hopefully this should get completed. Okay, so this is done. Now again I'm inside the hello world directory. Now what we will do is we will just create our cpp file. So I already have some code. I'll just copy paste this code. So I'm inside the hello world directory. Okay, I'm not, so I'll just open my hello world directory. It is an empty directory, obviously. Cancel, don't save. Okay, so it has opened the hello world directory. I'll quickly open my cpp file, which I will just copy paste it. Okay, so this is the cpp file. So I'll just create hello.cpp file. So see, this is C++. Okay, and I'll just copy paste this code. So so what I want to show you is how to export C++ functions and call it from JavaScript, right? So here firstly we are including IOStream and string, which are C++ imports. Then this ECMA scripting is from the repository we just clone. Then we have to add this extern C because I think the C++ code is not directly recognized by this ECMA scripting repository which we have cloned. That's why we have to write this again. I'm not really sure about this. But here we have to write this particular I would say annotation about every C++ method which we want to call. So here you can see I have created two methods. One method is called add. It takes two integers and return back the addition to them, and the second method which I have created is called append hello, and it takes an character input, and here it just I'm just converting it to a string and appending hello to whatever you have passed and returning that string back. And ignore this, like if you want to do C instead of C++, you can use something like this. Okay, but I want to use C++ because that is more popular according to me, and that has more libraries as well. Again, that is debatable. So the next thing which we have to do is we will quickly have to run one command. As you can see over here, here we are using emcc. This is the name of our cpp file. Then the output should be present inside hello.js file, and .s I'm not really sure. This no exit runtime I think is for this methods to not get I think they should be in memory, something like that. Again, I'm not really sure. And here we are exporting our runtime method, so I'm using ccall and cwrap. So there are two ways of calling this method, ccall and cwrap. I will show both of you, that's why I'm using something like this, and I will just press enter. Now again, this will take little bit of time. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll simply create one index.html file. Once the command is successful, here you should see a WebAssembly as well as a JavaScript file being created. I'll just quickly do HTML5. okay, and I have some code, again HTML code, which I will just copy paste. So firstly, this is script hello.js. I will explain it to you first. Let me just copy paste some of this code. Okay, and here I'll just paste this inside script, and here I'll paste this. Okay, so let's see where our command has so it is still building. Again, this might take little bit of time if you have an extremely large C++ code base, so yeah, be patient. Okay, let's just wait for it to complete. Okay, here you can see the wasm file is already created, WebAssembly file, and now it should create a hello.js file. Okay, now as I told you, there are two ways, right? Like the ccall and cwrap. So first of all, I will show you ccall. So I'll just comment this out, and I'll comment this out, and I'll uncomment this, and I'll uncomment this. Okay, so firstly what I have done is I have taken index.html. here we are loading our hello.js file which was created. Now this is an extremely long hello.js file. I won't go into that, but it will contain all the C++ code along with this wasm file, and the hello.js file internally refers this hello.wasm, so we don't have to worry about it. And here if you see, I have created another script tag. Here I have created one function called run wasm. It can be you can name it whatever you feel like. And if you see, ignore this second button for now as well. Here I have one button, and on click of it I am calling this run wasm, and I am just asking for two integers, two values. So I'm just passing 4 and 50. Pass whatever you feel like. Now how to use ccall? So you have to write module.ccall, whatever is the name of your C++ method. So I'll just remove this just so that you can understand it better. So here you can see our C++ method name was add. That's why I have written add over here. This should be your method name. What is the return type? So the return type is int. In JavaScript I think, or in TypeScript it is number, even though I'm not really using TypeScript. So this should be number. And what is the input type? Here also it takes int. That's why here I'm passing numbers comma number. So this is the data type. For actual value you will have to pass it something like this. So this is the method name, this is the return type, this is the input data type, and this is the actual values for the input. And here I'm passing 4,50. Now to run this, you can't directly open your index.html inside a web browser. That won't work. You will require one server. Now for VS Code there is a good extension called live server. I have installed that, and here you can see I just click on this particular button and it created a web server for me. Now if I open the inspect element, if I do open the console, and if I click on click me, here you can see the output is 54. So yeah, that's it. Now suppose I will just comment this out. Now suppose I want to call this particular method, append hello method. Okay, so here I can do something like this. I don't need to pass this because we are not really using this value 1 and value 2, but I'll keep it like this. Again, this is the method name, this is the return type, this is the input string type, input data type, sorry, and this is the actual input which I am sending. So the output should be result is hello, and here I am passing world. So that should be the output. So if I do click me, here you can see result is hello world. Alright, so this is call. Now let's see what is a cwrap. Okay, so for that, so okay, I'll just uncomment this, I'll uncomment this. So you can so for cwrap, the advantage of cwrap is you can write something like module.cwrap. Again, add is the method name, number is the return type, and these two are the input data types. Okay, and you can assign it to a particular variable. So this has been assigned to a variable called add nums. Now to call it, I can just call add nums, pass the two values, or I can directly call from a button click add nums, pass our two values. So if I now show you, there are two buttons. If I click on second button, here you can see I'm able to see the alert. If I click on first button, here you can see this is the output. So yeah, that's it. That's how simple it is. Thank you for watching. Bye.